Hello, good morning, and welcome to the most recent edition of The Bearded Tyke. I'm joined again today by Ant. Thanks for jumping on, pal.
No problem, morning, Ryan. All right.
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Um, so we're going to go over the Bolton game today, and we'll and look forward to the Stevenage game. But before we get to the Stevenage game, obviously, I've not spoke to you since the window closed, so I'd like to get your thoughts on the January transfer window. But we'll cover off the Bolton game first. Funny one for me, for me yesterday, Ant. I thought the lineup was strange, but I mean, in the interviews, the pre-match press conference, Connor did say that, there's probably going to be a few eyebrows raised. You're going to be looking at saying why he's not playing, why they're not playing. But it's because the lads clearly need rest. If you looked at Kelly on Tuesday night, he was gone at the end of the game, absolutely gone. So I can understand why he weren't in the starting 11. But, I think just like a completely contrasting game to ours. And ultimately, we lost the game. We lost the game, and Bolton thoroughly deserved to win. I don't want to take. I don't want to take anything away from Bolton because I thought they were magnificent in that first half. But let's start with the lineup, though, mate. Let's start with what were your overall thoughts on the lineup, and more importantly, the starting formation.
Well, yeah, I mean, like you, I noticed that we had a lot of tired legs Tuesday. I mean, it was pretty obvious that some rotation were going to have to happen. I think going 4-4-2 against that side were a bit ballsy. We were just completely empty midfield first half.
Yeah.
Some players just weren't at the races yesterday. I mean, that's the first time Owen O'Connell's had a stinker, and he was very poor yesterday. Ty Watson was just, well, he looked tired from minute one, if I'm honest. He never looked up for that game at all.
Yeah.
Like I say, we're in a situation because the squad's so thin where Connor's having to manage minutes. Having said that, I still think we should have gone a little bit more solid in midfield than that to start with,
Yeah.
because we were just wide open. I mean, this is a good side, Bolton. They've spent well. They've got energy. They've got a lot of attacking options, and to go a bit gung-ho and a bit 4-4-2 against that, I thought was a poor decision, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
How good were they though? By the way, their movement, physicality, power. I mean, we talk about McAtee, and it's a player that I would have loved us to sign, but he's on absolutely top form for them right now. Every time he got ball in that last third, it looked like he was going to create something. Shepherd never got hold of Dolby whatsoever, and that's the first time I've seen Dolby play, and he was excellent. That was a proper
Yeah.
number 9 performance. He never gave Shepherd a minute. He was physical. He bullied him, basically, absolutely bullied him. And it just felt like we were going to concede 5 or 6 or 7 in that first half. It was so bad. My lad physically had to stop me leaving after 34 minutes. I think it was. We conceded the third. Then another. I think Blackie Taylor had a chance, and then I was like, "Are we going? I want to go. This is not going to." And he said, "Look, we'll stick for next goal." I'm like, "All right, then, fine." But
Yeah.
it literally could have been half a dozen that first half. It was absolutely
Easily.
horrendous. There was
Yeah.
no stemming the tide. I mean, we had one shot, and that was the first minute where Banks cut in and got a good left footer away. There was nothing else. Nothing.
Yeah.
It just startling, to be honest. So that was my first
Yeah,
half
mate.
assessment. Obviously, second half changes had to be made, and to be fair to Conor, he made good ones. I thought Dijavini was superb when he came on yesterday. He absolutely got hold
Yeah.
of that game. He looked sharp, passing the ball, moving it quickly. Obviously, we took Cleary off, who was absolutely non-existent yesterday. I
Yeah.
don't think that's.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if that's in his head problem or he was just marked out by a better defender yesterday, and we just couldn't get up the pitch. I'm not sure. But the shape changed, and I thought Better did well when he came on. Should have probably got an equaliser if we're honest, with that header at the end. Obviously, Phillips came
Yeah.
on, and Phillips in his correct position in that little inside right position is pretty deadly. I mean, he's doing it consistently. It's a shame he's had a bit of an illness, but hopefully he'll be good to go Tuesday. And
Hopefully.
the second half was as light as the first half was dark. It was ridiculous how night and day that performance was. Crazy. I can't get my head
Yeah.
around. I was coming home, and usually I post things on X about the game, and I just didn't know what to put. I didn't know what to put. I couldn't
Yeah.
formulate a sentence for that game. So that's my take on that game. Bizarre. Absolutely bizarre.
Yes, mate. For the starting 11, I'll go with the starting 11. Obviously, I understand that he had to make changes. But I think if you're going to go with a 4-4-2, and he did this against Cardiff, and dare I say, made the same mistake against Cardiff, where he made changes to the formation away at a team that are A, on form, and B, up at the top of the league with great players in both Cardiff and Bolton. Like you said, it were ballsy. I might say it were a bit naive, maybe. I don't
Stupid.
mind going more attacking. But that midfield were just there were nothing there, mate. He played two CDMs in that middle bit, and there were nothing attacking wise from as regards to the centre of the park. But I just think it weren't the place to do it. I don't mind going 4-4-2 and trying something different, but with the greatest respect, maybe try it against one of the lesser teams that can't hurt you as much as someone like Bolton can, and they did. I mean, they really did. Like I said, I want to take nothing away from Bolton because they got the win, they got the 3 points, they deserved the win thoroughly. They absolutely hammered us in that first half. They looked like they were going to score every single time they came forward.
Yeah.
Some great attacking players. A club with ambition. They've got owners with ambition that want to. They've heavily invested in the squad. I know they've had some loans come in, but they've signed the right players, and it showed in that first half. And had it not been throwing Goodman in that first half, we'd have been in serious trouble. It could have easily been, and probably should have been 6-0. I nearly said 6 or 7. Then 6-0.
Don't do it.
You have to jump over and maybe say 8-0, 6 or 8-0.
Yeah,
but it could have easily been 6-0 because he made 3 really good saves. That would normally be, he made the one with the 1-on-1 where the lad probably should have squared it, but he's made a good save nonetheless. He's made a good save from McAtee when he's cut inside, and then he's made the one round the end where he's tipped it round the post.
Yeah.
And he actually made a really good save in the second half as well. So Goodman probably could have done a bit better for me on the second goal, but I think he had that defender where he went to try and punch it, and he missed it, and he got knocked in at the back post. But we need to be defending better. I can't just blame it all on Goodman for that. We need to be, we got done twice at the back post from corners from the same side. So, I mean, I have to say that first half was as bad as I've seen us play. Bolton were excellent. Like I said, I don't want to take anything away from them guys, but we were so poor. And I just think for the first half, Connor got it wrong. Wrong personnel to play that formation, and just a sort of a significant change of formation from what we usually play against one of the top teams. I thought were a bit foolhardy, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
But second half, fair play. Made some big changes. He went back to the 4-3-3. He brought in Kelly and brought in Phillips, who brought loads of energy to the midfield. We packed out that midfield a bit more. I thought Alberto were excellent when he came on. Really sort of got us going down that left-hand side because clearly we're really poor in the first half. Like you said, I don't know if he's tired or if he's sulking or what, but he needs to pull his finger out, mate, because he's been brilliant for us. But the last, I think that's about 3-4 games in a row now where he's not been at the races at all.
Yeah, he were okay against Northampton. He were okay against Northampton, but it just felt like there was something not quite right. So, and yesterday we were non-existent. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one, won't we? Because
if he wants to keep that big move, if he wants to keep that big move, mate, he wants to keep that big move on the box, he needs to pull his finger out and stop sulking now. Listen, windows over, it's gone. You didn't get your move, or the right bid didn't come in, or whatever the reason is, you're still a Barnsley player, and if you want that big move, if you're playing like you're playing now, they're not going to come in for you. So you need to get, knuckle down and get on with it. So then we go into the second half. I'm really glad to see, that he's made changes. He's good at change of formation. He's brought 4 players on. So, he brought MDG, Phillips, Kelly and Alberta. All of them were correct decisions. And we looked better from the off. Now, ultimately, we didn't win the game, man. But we played some nice football in that second half. We created a lot of chances. I thought Scott Banks was excellent again. I'm not going to say we were unlucky because we deserved to get nothing out of the game based on that first half performance. But what I was really pleased to see was the lads didn't roll over and give up. There were no sulking. That could have quite easily just gone into a 5-6-0 loss in the second half, and that's exactly the way it looks it we're going to be. The lads have come out and give it a really good go. And fair play to Bolton as well, because, the nerves would have been jangling because we got that goal and 3 minutes later we got a second one on 60 minutes. It's like, yeah, we're back in this game now.
Yeah.
You know, deservedly or not, we are back in this game.
Well,
And
I mean,
that header from Mogbetter, I thought it were in, mate. It's a great save by the Bolton. I'm not sure the name of the new Bolton kid, 'cause the other guy went back, didn't he, on loan? So I'm not sure. I
I
don't know
can't
his name,
remember.
but it's a great save from the header. Um, but ultimately, it worked to be. But like I said, what I was really pleased with was the second half performance, because they came out massively against it. You know, from such a poor performance in a quite frankly irretrievable position from a get anything out of the game sort of standpoint. For the lads to come out and put that effort in, we've now got to take that energy into the Stevenage game. We can't start like that again. We need to come out, play to our strengths, play the 4-3-3, try and play as many of the better players as you can, and start like that on Tuesday night. So
Absolutely, yeah.
yeah, it's a fair win for Bolton. Don't want to take anything away from him, but from me as a Barnsley fan, I was really pleased with the second half and pleased that the lads. It's more the discipline and the effort from the lads in the second half that I was pleased with. But ultimately, we still lost the game, man. So
We did, mate. I mean, if you think about it as well, I mean, we actually resorted them to sitting on floor, and when they start sitting on floor, like you put the keeper on floor to like readjust, you know you're getting somewhere because obviously they were panicking a lot, and as soon as the second goal went in, they all started sitting on floor. So we've seen it before.
yeah,
They're good at the dark arts, Bolton. I'm going to be honest. Can
yeah,
I just want to mention as well while we're talking about formations and stuff like that. What's been working when we've played well recently is having one DM, only one. So why move
yeah,
to two? And what's been working is having one main focal nine, and he changed that as well. So Connor's actually done what we've been saying in previous weeks, whereby he's actually tinkered too much and changed what we're working again. So he's got to be held responsible to a point. I feel really sorry for him because we'll talk about recruitment in a bit. And none of this is particularly his fault, but he's still a young coach making naive mistakes. I felt
yeah.
really sorry for Goodman yesterday because he got a lot of stick on Twitter and what have you. And first goal, let's be honest, it's not a corner. I mean, I was sat near that. It weren't a corner at all. And referee
100% not a corner at all. Yeah,
we're a corner. So, you know, it don't excuse the defending, but then what they do is they put Osai Tutu on him and he's basically backing into him and pushing him into back a goal, which is why the first one went in. Second one, I mean, he's lost it in flight a little bit and he's got to be held responsible for that. But O'Connell's reaction time and Dids' reaction time were horrendous. They
yeah,
could have
exactly.
kicked it away and they didn't. So I felt a bit sorry for Goodman yesterday. I don't think he's as bad as what people are making out. He's making a couple of errors here and there, but he's not at my Cooper levels yet. But he's got some good
I know what
attributes
you
and
mean.
some bad attributes, and it actually was a red card when he handballed it outside the box because I couldn't see that from my perspective, and it was a good foot outside. So fair enough. We'll skirt over that.
I think why he's got away with it, Ant, is his feet were inside the box. His feet were definitely inside the
Yeah,
box, and I think maybe they've just seen his feet and because it happened so quickly. But 100% he's handballed that ball out. But do you know what? It's about time we got some luck for referees.
yeah,
Um,
big time.
it's about time we got some luck because we don't get any. Like there,
But
in first half, you just touched on it. It wasn't a corner, and then they've scored
no,
from the resulting corner. Like I say, it doesn't excuse the fact that we defended it horrendously and got beat at the back post, and it was
yeah.
literally a free header at the back post. That doesn't
Well,
excuse that, but it's
Bolton fans
about
think
time we
that's
got
the
it.
worst decision of the season, and they should come to Oakwell, really, shouldn't they? See a few games down at our end, because my God,
Oh, mate, exactly. You should have seen Northampton game on Tuesday night with that referee. He's one of the worst referees I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen some bad ones. But anyway, we move on, mate. We move on. But
yeah,
so before we get on to the Stevenage game, then, Ant, January transfer window came to a close on Monday. I did a quick review. I did a review with Dan on Thursday. I just want to get your feelings. I know we spoke about it on a few times during his videos, but
yeah.
ultimately, it's sort of the back end of the window. What were your views on the
But
last few days of the window, mate?
it's horrendous. It's horrendous. I mean, we've sold as a
Yeah,
key player who was consistently scoring goals and replaced him with Tom Bradshaw. Now, Tom Bradshaw yesterday, he worked his bollocks off. He never stopped working, and he shows that at 33, he can do something in this team. But it should have been him and two more.
yeah,
It should have been him and two more. This board are making mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. I've just been noting a few things from last years or two.
yeah,
Hex, for example, the Aidan Marsh situation when he was ineligible, the Fanatic situation, loaning all your strikers out with no. I mean, our strikers have got no callbacks. So we've loaned all the
Yeah.
strikers out with no callbacks. So we're stuck with 2 strikers now. Stands closing. The Naquali transfer. What are the right? I don't think these people that we have in charge are bad people. I don't think they are. They're
No.
just fucking useless, Ryan. And I'm not going to go on a
Yeah.
rant like you did because that's too epic, and I don't want to copy that. That's going to go down in Barbary folklore. But they are fucking useless at their jobs. They're absolutely
Yeah,
terrible.
mate.
They should not. They should have said to DKD, "You are not going unless we have somebody coming in to take over this workload." I mean, we're knackered. And we're dealing with 38-year-old and 33-year-old up front for the next 6 weeks with games on Saturday, Tuesday. It's
Yeah.
negligent and it's winding me up. And I'm a very glass half full fan, Ryan, and I always have been. And
Me
people
too,
have
mate.
had me for happy clapper over the years. But even I'm fucking done now. And my lad's done as well because he's 14 and he's starting to get to know what this club's like. It is
Yeah.
horrendous. And I feel for Connor because he's obviously, when he joined this club, he obviously in his mind wanted to be manager of this football club. He did. He was behind Clark. We knew he was going to take over. I thought the window was designed to get him in, and I've said that a million times. But when he's here, why are they not helping him? Why is he being hung out to
It's really
dry
cool.
with this ridiculous squad? I don't understand. It would have taken 2 loans additional as well. Not even they could have bought Bradshaw for a nominal fee. He's out of contract in summer. They could have bought him and then got another loan in. But no, they will not spend a penny. So where is this money going? It's just going on electric bills and shit, innit? It's not good enough. And if they're going to do that, why did they sell Cleary at the same time to get maximum stroke out of him? I mean, if he plays like that for the rest of the season, his value is going to drop, not raise. So why did
Yeah.
they just let him go? For fan backlash? Well, you've already got fan backlash. I'm just confused with the whole window, and I feel really sorry for us. I feel sorry for Connor, and I feel sorry for the talented lads we've got on that pitch because we have got
Yeah.
talented lads that have now not got the people to pass to that they need to. Patrick Kelly, right? He's running his bollocks off day
Yeah.
in, day out for our club. We are so lucky to have a player like that, and the cogs that we need to make the team better, to make him develop better, are simply missing due to our owners. It's wrong, mate, and I'm joining the movement to get these people out. Whatever needs to be done needs to happen. It's
Yeah, it
terrible.
needs. They need to go, mate.
They
There's
need to
no
go.
coming back from it. That what they did on Monday was just. It's just unacceptable, mate. And you can sit and say, "Oh, we were trying, we're doing this." Ah, bollocks, mate. I don't care. You didn't get it done. Ultimately, the response that falls on your head because you didn't get it done. You didn't get that extra striker in. Like you just said there, Ant. If you can't replace him, don't let him go because and it's like Connor said in his interview before the close of the window, you'll know this club's intentions come Monday, and
Well,
we fully know their intentions. Now they've
we
got
do.
no intention of putting that money back in. People saying online, and I get it. They might say, "Well, we'll spend it in summer when more's available." That money won't be available. It'll be gone. There's no way we're investing in summer. There's parts of me that just think, now, and I've said this a few times, that I wonder if the club is actually up for sale. I wonder if that's why they're not doing it. I mean, why would you? But also, I think, why would you sell your best asset? Why would you sell your biggest assets? Because the club's worth more, but maybe they're just getting a cash grab. I don't know, mate. It's a mess. It's a mess, mate. And the only way forward for us now as a football club is for those owners to be gone. They either clearly can't do it because they haven't got the financial backing or financial availability to push the club forward to where we want to be, or they don't want to. Either way, the result's the same, and we're going to be stuck in this division. And the only way we're getting out of it is to go to League Two under these owners, and even worse, towards administration. If they can't afford to put money in, they can't afford to keep the club afloat, then it's worrying times, and it's worrying times. But
I mean,
we've got
just
what we
on
want now for the season. Oh,
DKD as well. Yes, okay, he wore the shirt with pride and he scored 2 goals in his last appearance. I won't say he's completely, what's the word I'm after? I would have thought that he would have forced this move as well. Because he went down, he said that Wrexham's been after him for quite some time. He probably
yeah,
realises stops as high as it's going to be. He's probably seen the numbers that his agents put in front of him. And he might have said, well, if I'm not going, I'm going to down tools. You don't know that. We don't know anything, really. We don't know the ins and outs of
yeah,
what's happened in these deals. I mean, just on another thing as well, I thought that his family, his missus and his baby live up near Middlesbrough. Is that correct? But as soon as
correct, mate. Yeah,
this move's happened, because of family reasons, she wants to be in her family, and now she's moved. So I don't think that the Keelan, I think the player probably wanted it as a lot, and I reckon we've bottled it. And you don't know if we've had a player lined up and at last minute it's fallen through medical wise, or you're never going to find that out. I mean, we wanted
Yeah.
McAtee. Everybody said it. They wanted 550 grand. It wouldn't surprise me if we went up to them and offered about 20 quid and they said no. And
Yeah,
as it's turned out, he's a
probably.
key player for them anyway. But it's just a mess, mate. It's like now we've got to watch this team struggle on for the next 3, 4 months, scraping points here
Yeah.
and there. I mean, I'll just be happy when we get to 50, if I'm honest, mate. I think we will.
Season's over, mate. Yeah,
I don't think the
season's
squad's
over, mate.
broken that much, and I think his first 11 is still pretty good. We'll pick up enough wins. I'm just going to touch wood there.
Yeah,
We've still got good players. Kelly Phillips Didsy's having a renaissance. Banks is fantastic. If Cleary has a couple of good games here and there, he'll pull enough in. I just think, why are we struggling? Why are these owners here? Why do they want to own us? I don't understand it.
exactly.
Is it some kind of social experiment? I mean, your money ball. If it's a money ball situation, you buy. All it would have took, all it would have took, were like a 200, 300 grand investment. Like of a player or a loan,
Yeah,
and then fans wouldn't have even been bothered about DKD going. I think we all accepted that it was time for him to go. He's 20,
yeah,
28, 29. He deserves a shot. He's done brilliant. But
yeah.
they just can't even do that. It's like it winds me up. It really, really winds me up. The player,
It's just so, yeah, it's just so daft. It's so, I can't believe they did it, mate. Because actually, overall, the window wasn't that bad. You know what I
no,
mean? We got Scott Banks in,
no,
we got Owen, we got Owen O'Cobb, we changed keepers, which is he's by the by with the keeper one, but they're probably between them, they're probably same sort of level. You know what
yeah,
I mean? With different attributes, but we cut the wage bill down. So I get that one. Owen O'Connell's come in, although he had a bad game yesterday. He looks a lot better at centre back. I think Scott Banks is an absolutely fantastic signing. What a talent that lad is.
yeah.
All it would have taken were another striker. That's all it took. And say you didn't have to reinvest it all. Just get someone else in. Connor's been asking for that pacey striker and extra bodies in all window, and they've not backed him. And I just think that's just horrendous. I think to not back your coach when he's been clearly asking for it, and you must have had multiple meetings in the background at the club, and then to not back him it just speaks volumes to me. I think these lot have either had enough, or the levels of delusion is really worrying. But yeah, so like I say, one signing, that's all it'd have taken, and all this noise would have gone away. I hope
Well,
it's
I mean,
worth it. I hope it's worth it, and because now them season ticket sales come April when they do the early bird are going to nosedive. I'd be surprised if we get 5,000 season ticket sales this season,
I
because I
mean,
hope it were worth it. I hope it were
I,
worth it.
I came back. I used to ticket a long time ago, and then because of family reasons, I kind of picked and choose my games. And then after lockdown, I said, right, because Andy, my lad was showing a big interest, so I said, right, I'm going to go back. This it now. I'm going to be a season ticket holder as long
Yeah,
as I possibly can physically, right? And now I'm questioning it. This club have made me question investing my time into this team. I,
yeah,
why I love this club with all my heart. I'll talk about this club all day. I mean, people will see that on Twitter. I can't shut up about this fucking club. Yeah, I can't. It's in my blood. I can't help it. But even I'm thinking, what's the point of going? If there's no end game, what's the point of me renewing? I don't understand. I don't want to invest time into away games anymore. I mean, no money's going to the club there. I just don't want to spend. I mean, I went to Bolton yesterday because of traffic and shit. I went out to house for like 9 hours in total. Well, because I went. There's other reasons why, but I, it's making me question my own beliefs. If that makes
yeah,
sense. I
yeah.
I,
Of
I
course,
want
man.
I want to follow him. I'll follow him to end of this country and back again. If I know that the club's going somewhere and there's an effort from above to make us better. And at this moment in time, they seem to be tying an hand around Connor's back and making things harder. I, I'm going to have to give some serious thought. I mean, if I didn't have my lad, I wouldn't be going. It's as simple as that. That's where I
Yeah.
am.
Like I say, I'm undecided, mate. 'Cause I just think, yeah, should I put it in? Should I put my time and effort in with how they're performing at the moment? No, but I also know come Saturday I'll want to go to football, because I do, because I
Yeah.
love Barnsley Football Club, and that's it. And I think they are playing on that a little bit, but. Listen, hopefully we get some resolve soon, mate. And because I just can't see a way forward. Surely these people know. They look online. I've never seen a turn like that before in my life, mate. But even the Conway era, that turn on Monday is like literally, because even before you had people arguing for them staying in and against. I think literally 99% of the fan base want these gone now. They've had enough.
Yeah,
And
basically.
I don't see what they're getting out of it. They can't afford to push us forward. They can't afford to say, yeah, I told you so, listen to the plan and get us into the championship. They can't do it, mate. They're not going to do it. They've proven through multiple transfer windows that they're not going to do it. So
Yeah.
it's not all of a sudden going to change, and they're gonna put a couple 2, 3, 4 mil into transfer kitty and get us some decent players in. They're not going to do it. So why
Well,
are we doing it? We're just getting worse and worse and worse. They're having to shovel in more and more money to keep us going, but we're not progressing forward. What are they getting out of it? I don't get it. Why are they here if they're not here to push us forward? I mean, it's costing them an absolute arm and a leg to keep us running. But we're going nowhere, and all they're getting is grief for it because we're not going anywhere. So I don't understand it.
I don't understand it because you've got what you've got. You've got. Okay, we don't own the stadium, do it? Is that right? Is it council owned stadium? That's right, isn't it?
Yeah,
We've got a good facility. We bring young players through for high value. Why are we not a good option for somebody to pick up? Like, there's clubs getting bought left, right, and centre. Like, for example, like, look at the investment somebody like an MK Dons has got. They get no fans whatsoever, and they've just outlaid a shitload of money to get out of that league. We're not asking for earth at this club. We're not asking for earth. We want an honest person to come in and just be a football person. All you have to do is be a
yeah,
football person. These are not football people. They're looking at spreadsheets. Well, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Without any human thought whatsoever. Like, well, we'll play Bradshaw and McGoldrick, and that'll be it for the rest of the season. But we have got like 4 games more than anybody else to play. Don't matter. It'll be fine. It's not. They're not football people. Get them out. Get somebody. There must be a old businessman who's a Barnsley fan somewhere out there who can take this club over and move it forward. And it don't have to jump forward. We just want some progression. All we want
yeah.
is some progression and a team that we can get behind. And Connor's a legend here, and it does buy him time. People say it's going to buy him some time because he's got
Yeah.
legend status, and he deserves to have the tools to do the job. They don't have to be fucking Black and Decker tools, but he needs some tools.
He
Do
needs
you know what I
something,
mean?
mate. Yeah,
It's
yeah, I do,
ridiculous.
mate.
It's just like everything's cap in hand. Everything's from Ten Bob shop. It's ridiculous. Pissed off, mate. Really pissed off.
Yeah, yeah. I think everybody's same. And with regards to just quickly touch on Connor, it's not. I think we should sack him. There's no way we're going forward. I mean, and actually, at times we look really, really good under Connor. We
Yeah,
also look really poor, but I think a lot of that's down to quality of players and things like that. We haven't got enough really good players in the squad. But for me, I think we've got a really good. Our best 11 will compete with anybody. But we've got no. You can't ask them lads to play 90 minutes every single week of every single game. You can't. It just doesn't work. And like you said, like you said, and I think that's probably the best word. It's negligent. It
negligent.
is negligent from the club. But anyway,
I mean, on
let's
Connor's
move on,
style of
Tommy. So
sorry, I'm just going to say
we've
on
got
Connor's style of play, I've got out my chair more times this season than what I did entirely last season. That's just what I
yeah,
want to say. It's a more exciting brand. We look like we're going to get up pitch and have a go at people. Connor's not the issue here. He's not the issue. Yes, he's got his flaws, but it's not. He's not the issue here at all.
yeah. Well, if he didn't have those flaws, he wouldn't be managing in League One, would he? So there you go.
Exactly.
If he did everything right and he got his team playing like we can play all the time, he probably won't be in a League One manager. He'd been a Championship job, wouldn't he? So it's
True.
I say it's same to say about players. If this player could do this and just do that, well, if he didn't have those little elements to his game where he makes mistakes, he won't be playing in League One, would he? He'd be playing in Championship. So
Yeah.
it's by the by. So we move on to Stevenage then, mate, on Tuesday night. Like I said, the games keep coming thick and fast. We recently beat Stevenage 3-1 at home last Saturday, so but it's come round really quick again. Stevenage are notoriously difficult to beat at home. In fact, they've only lost one game at home all season. They've won 6, drawn 6, and lost one game. However, they don't score a lot of goals. Their average is 1 point, literally just over a goal a game. So they're scoring literally a goal a game. That's home and away. So they're not big scorers, but also they don't concede money as neither. I still think they are the lowest conceding team in the entire league. It's definitely them and Bolton, which we've managed to score 5 goals against in those games. So with that said, mate, with the game coming up, what changes would you make to the starting 11 on Tuesday night?
Well, I think the subs that came on yesterday would have to start. I think we need that freshen up. So, Ogbetter should start definitely. I'd dip O'Connell out and bring him back Saturday for Wimbledon.
Yeah.
So I would play MDG tomorrow. Shepherd's a funny one because he struggled really badly first half and was actually pretty decent second half. But we struggled for options. You can't play Roberts in a four, so it's going to have to be Shepherd again.
Yeah.
O'Keefe to continue at right back, who I thought has been pretty solid again. You know, getting us forward, he's really good on transitions coming forward. Not the best defensively, but you can't fault his effort. He's tried his bollocks off since he'd come back.
Yeah.
Then I would. Here's the Connell argument because I don't know if I prefer Connell or Bland as the one DM. I think probably Connell. I think probably he probably did enough in that second half to earn another start. People said he took Teddy out of cut last week, and maybe he did, but second half yesterday were pretty good. He goes up pretty all right, and probably worth another look. Then with Kelly, Banks, got to go Cleary because he only played an half, so he should be fresh enough to have a go at it.
Yeah.
Who am I missing in midfield? Bland. Might go. Probably Bland, and then I would go one of the two strikers. I would play Dizzy as a 9, probably. I think Bradshaw probably run his blood to water yesterday in his first game back. I wouldn't expect him to start another game. And obviously Dizzy came off at half time, so I would play Dizzy as the 9 and just let him stay near the box. Stop asking him to be a support striker and get him as a 9 because he's better there. And he's been performing pretty well, so that would be my 11. Hopefully, I forgot about Phillips. Phillips for Bland. Phillips for Bland, obviously. I love Adams.
Me too, mate.
When Adams on form,
he was brilliant again when he came on. Yeah, I think it's only his illness keeping him out. His fitness, after his illness, is what they're trying to manage out there. So they don't want to, obviously, a reoccurrence or anything coming back. But he's been brilliant when he's come on both times. Scored 2 goals coming off bench. I think Philo's got to start on Tuesday night, mate. So for me, I'd have that like the midfield 3 of Connell in the pivot at CDM, and then with Philo and Kelly, and then the right wing of Scott Banks, left wing. I might even argue, like I said, that where we had the switch up with Ogbetter to play there, maybe take Cleary out the firing line, but it's difficult to leave Cleary out the team. So maybe start with Cleary, and if he's not performing, put Ogbetter back on, and then Didzy in at 9 with Bradshaw to come off the bench. Yeah, and like you say, maybe like leave O'Connell off just for that game to bring him back for Wimbledon, and start with Shep and MDG at middle with Corey at right, and then, like I said, Watson at left back.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, O'Connell's, let's not forget, he had months without playing a game, and since he's come to this club, he's probably played every minute. He needs a break like everybody else does, and we'll get better at him for that. And I think probably the game on Saturday might be a better one for him anyway. He needs a break, mate. You can't put this workload on people that haven't played for such a long time. It's not fair.
Yeah. So that said then, mate, Tuesday night, what's your score prediction?
Well, they don't score many. We concede a lot. We also score a fair amount. It looks like draw for me. I'd probably say 1-1 draw. I think we'll probably go in front and they'll peg us back.
Yeah, I think it's got 1-1 written all over it. But I'm going to be brave. This is only based on how we can play, where we've played actually decent football for the majority of the last 2-3 games, apart from obviously that first half, which is as bad as I've seen us play against Bolton yesterday. But we played well in the second half. We actually played well against Northampton. We played really well against Stevenage last Saturday. I'm going to be brave and say that we beat them 2-1. But I think it's going to be tough. I'm going to say a 2-1 win to Reds, man. So
yeah, I think it's a matter of time till Banks gets one in top corner as well. Maybe that'll be his time.
Really is.
He's going to do it. He's going to keep coming inside and having a go, and he's going to get one right in top bin soon. I know he is. So
22 seconds yesterday, mate, that one, when he cut inside it down. It's a great save by a Bolton keeper, to be fair.
Yeah, lad's a class act. He's a class act. He really is.
Yeah. So, Ant, thanks very much for joining me again, pal.
No worries.
Everybody else, if you'd like to like, share and subscribe, comment down below what you thought of the performance yesterday and how you think we're going to crack on against Stevenage. I'm going to be obviously doing a recording probably Wednesday or Thursday after the Stevenage game. So until then, I'll see you after.